My next guest is the owner of Bronzemeupgirl, an on-site luxury makeup and spray tan artist. She discovered a whole different passion after being in a career she found herself unhappy in, but it was something she did not realize right away. Now she's sharing her leap of faith into a new discovered passion that has led her to a different road. She's Hilda Madrigal. Hi, Hilda. Thank you so much for coming on to the podcast and being a guest. How are you doing today?
Good. Thank you for having me on here. I'm so excited to do this with you.
I'm really, really excited too. I want to take it back to first when like you growing up and just like, was beauty and like makeup something that you grew up with? Like, did you see any of your, family members or someone that would like was a role model for you or
Um, I know growing up, my mom every morning before getting ready to work, she would get me and my brother ready, and then obviously she would get herself ready for work, and she was, all about putting on some makeup, not like too much, but just like looking presentable for work.
Mhm.
And yeah, my aunts also, um, they've done, they've applied makeup on themselves and stuff like that. But it was never something that was like, oh my God, like that's awesome, or something that it was just normal to see somebody like putting on makeup. But I didn't see like a passion there at
Right.
that time.
Do you have any sisters?
I have a sister named Erica. She is going to be 22 actually next month.
Okay,
Yes.
so she's younger than you. And
Yes.
she does she like makeup as well, or is it just kind of like you and the family? That's probably like the
She's
bigger.
she's like kind of opposite in a way. She's more, when she does her own makeup, she's very like simple. Me, when I like go out or have to go somewhere special, like I'll do like the full face, but she's opposite
Mhm.
in the makeup aspect. But she is all about having her lash extensions and like her eyebrows microbladed. So in that aspect, she does that. I do, lash extensions here and there, but yeah, she's more like simple, but still like put together.
Right. And you kind of maybe more a little bit glam.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I wish I
Um,
could be like her where I'm like, oh my God, I have to get my lashes done every 2 weeks. Or,
yeah.
I've been wanting to do like the whole microblading thing, but I just, I haven't gotten to it. It would be nice just to like wake up and it's like, it's
It's
there, but
done.
it's like, it's another bill that I'm trying to
I totally understand. That's why I
really
haven't.
have.
Yeah, that's why I haven't tried like the lash extension. So I get it.
She actually does them. She has her own little like business for that.
Oh,
But
really?
she's my sister, Yeah. So it's like when I used to get them done with her, I used to tell her like, charge me like a normal client. I don't want a
Oh,
discount because, she's younger and she's like, getting her money and stuff.
yeah, that's
But
nice.
yeah, even like fills and stuff, it's like always, an extra bill
Yeah,
and
for sure.
expense, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Now, when you
And
when
I've done lash lifts too.
oh,
Those are
really?
nice.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. So it's like if you don't want to do lash extensions, but like you still want to, like my lashes don't curl at all.
Uh-huh.
So it's like, it's nice. Just like, it's like a semi-permanent, but yeah, I haven't done that again in a while. So
Oh my
I'm
God, I
just
should
dealing
try
with
that
my own.
because I have that issue. I'm
Yeah,
like,
you'll
oh,
love that.
yeah. I didn't even think about that.
Cause I'm a crazy sleeper. I'm a crazy sleeper. So like doing lash extensions, I would, wake up and it's like, oh, summer, off and stuff.
Yeah,
And it's like a whole process to like sleep with lash extensions. So
really. Yeah, that's another
yeah,
consideration. Wow, cool. So when you got
but
when
you
you
you have great eyebrows and stuff.
do I what?
You have great brows. I said you have great brows, and like obviously you're like me. Like we'll put on falsies,
Yeah.
if we need to.
Yep, yep. Now, when you started to get into makeup, when like what was that? What like how old were you?
It well, when I was in junior high school back then, I know you have to have done it too, where we did like the lip liner and then like the black eyeliner with the white eyeliner. Did you ever
Yeah.
do that?
Yeah.
Ugh. that, yeah, I can't believe that was their,
Did
that was their time. But
yeah.
yeah, I remember I that's all I would do, and like maybe a little blush. But yeah, when I was in junior high, but I used to, like, my dad didn't let me wear makeup, so before
Mm-hmm.
coming home, I would
Mm-hmm.
make sure to take it off and then come home and wear makeup.
Oh,
But yeah, it started when I was in junior high.
okay. That was actually my next
How
kind of
about
like
you?
that was actually my next follow up because my parents were well, my mom, she was really strict with me, so I wasn't allowed to wear makeup and I had to sneak it in. So it sounds like
Uh-huh.
similar.
It's like I guess it's in our culture, right? Like,
Yeah.
no, you can't, wear that or put that on and blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When you first got started, like what kind of brands did you used to, I guess, like buy and wear?
Uh, Girl, back then it was like, you know, at Walgreens or Walmart, like Maybelline, L'Oreal, like
CoverGirl.
the affordable brand. Yes. Oh my God, CoverGirl. Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's not, my mom wasn't gonna be like, oh yeah, here, spend $50 on a foundation. Like, I didn't even,
Know about that
I guess
stuff,
I
right?
really did it. Yes, I was just trying to say that. Like, I don't even think I knew that there was like
A
really
Mac
expensive
counter or
makeup.
something.
Yes. I think like it was just, we just shopped at, you go to Target, Walmart, Walgreens to get your makeup.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that
Yep.
was just normal.
Yeah. Yeah, same here.
Yeah. So weird.
Yep.
But I think Mac was like my first true, I think everybody's like our first true, like,
High-end
expensive
makeup.
brand.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. That was for me too. So, yep, I can relate.
It was like such a dream, right? To like, oh my God, we have this Mac eyeshadow and like this lipstick and the
Yeah.
gloss.
Yep. I remember the same thing. I think I had gotten, was it a lipstick or like a blush or something like that? That was like my first product.
Like we wanted everything.
Yeah. But I was like, oh my God, it's so expensive. You didn't know what to buy.
Girl, I would like when we would go get our makeup done and stuff for, like, let's say we were going out for the night. Oh my gosh, sorry, hold on. Oh yeah, when did you ever get your makeup done? Well, I know you had to have gotten your makeup done like for special events at Mac, or no?
Actually, I don't remember if I did. Actually, yes, I did, but
Ever?
I don't really remember very much of the details about it,
Okay.
but I did get it at Mac one time.
Or were you always like really good at doing your own makeup that you didn't feel the need to like go get it done?
Well, I guess like I just didn't have anything special enough
Okay.
to go and get it. Like most of the times,
Uh-huh.
like, it was like a quinceañera or something. Like if we had that, I
Uh-huh.
didn't even have that. So
Okay, got it.
yeah.
Like, I didn't start getting makeup done at Mac till like maybe sometime during high school. Like, I don't know if it started in freshman year, but it might have. But for sure, like sophomore year and on, because
Yeah.
I sucked at doing my own makeup. Like, I wanted to look, like the whole full glam.
Right. And like we couldn't, I mean, I couldn't, for a long time I couldn't do my makeup like that.
Okay.
So
I
I started to get into it when I saw like YouTube back in like high school.
Yes. Yes. I don't even think I remember YouTube during my high school. When did you graduate? What year?
I was 7.
Oh seven. Okay, so I graduated in 04. Okay, so that makes sense. So like during my time, I don't we
Yeah, there was
didn't
probably
know
nothing
about
out.
YouTube. It was like
Yeah.
still MySpace and stuff, I think.
Yeah.
I remember wanting to learn how to do my eyeshadow crease because I didn't know how there would be girls that like had a really pretty eyeshadow.
Hmm.
And I'm like, I cannot blend for nothing. Like, how do they do that? And that's when I started going to Mac. Back then, you could take like little
Oh,
classes from them,
yeah.
or you would just tell the girl like, "Hey, can you teach me this?" And they'll just focus on that specific area.
Hmm.
And I to maybe like twice a month. I don't even know, girl. I barely made any money to still like pay these girls to teach me, but I obviously you would have to spend like $100 or something like that
Yeah, I think it was like
in
100.
product.
Yeah.
Yeah, for like a class or whatever, or a lesson. But
Hmm.
I did it like, so I don't even know how I did it because I was like broke as hell, like me like being 17, 16 or whatever.
Yeah.
But I started learning, they started teaching me how to learn how to do my makeup. And then from there, I started feeling like, oh my God, I love makeup. And, I want to work at the Mac counter. It was like a dream job back then to like work for
Mm-hmm.
Mac. But yeah, and then I just started, that's how I learned.
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool, actually, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I know you worked in Dior, but did you work anywhere else before that? Like in the
No, that was
related to
my,
makeup?
no, that was my first makeup job actually ever.
Okay. And
Yeah.
how did you end up there?
So I went to college. I have a business degree, well, a bachelor's degree in business and then a major in accounting. So I was doing accounting for several years after college. And then I realized I freaking hated it so much. I was miserable. But I
Mm-hmm.
thought maybe it was just the company I was working for. So I figured, let me go look for another company to work for. So
Mm-hmm.
I got an interview with this other accounting firm. And towards the end of the interview, he was literally going to give me the position. But I had like a melting breakdown moment where I was like, is this what I really want to do? But I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
Hilda, you went to college, you're paying student loans. Like, how do you just leave that behind you? Like, that
Right.
just sounds dumb? But I've always loved money and numbers. So that's why I thought that was my passion. And of course, I wanted to make my parents proud. That was one of the main reasons for me going to college.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so then once I was going to get hired at this new job, I was like, I literally started like tearing up in front of the owner of the accounting firm. And I'm like, is this really happening right now? So then
Wow.
next thing you know, I ended up telling him, I'm so sorry for wasting your time. Like, I am so sorry, but I appreciate the offer, but I'm actually not going to move forward. And I'm just so sorry. And he's looking at me like, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
But that was my moment of me like, I have to put myself first and my own happiness, regardless of what I owe in student loans and all the time that I spent in school. And for once in my whole life, well, this is probably the second most like important decision I've ever made in my life. I was like, I come first and my happiness. So
Yeah.
I had forgotten that I had applied at Nordstrom because I used to go shopping for my NARS makeup like kind of often during lunch and stuff. And the,
Mm-hmm.
the counter manager there, she used to be like, Hilda, you need to come work for me on the weekends, da da da. And I was like, oh, I don't know. And I had forgotten I had applied, just like I was like, okay, whatever, I'll just apply, but whatever. So then I remember right before I was doing that second interview for that company, I was walking into my job at the time,
Mm-hmm.
and I used to cry literally before walking in the door, and I used to be like, I don't want to do this, and I'm like, Hilda, like, what are you gonna do to make a change? So I literally was like, I will take any fucking job. Sorry if I'm swearing. I will take any job, like, and that will be my escape to actually, like leave this behind.
Mm-hmm.
And I remembered, and I called to Nordstrom, and I was like, hey, I'm just trying to follow up on the application. And they told me, yeah, unfortunately, the position is part-time and not full-time. Are you still interested? And I'm like, no, I actually want full-time now. So then the next day they called me, the department manager. She's like, hey, sorry about the nurse position. We have Dior available if you're interested. And next thing you know, I accepted and I was there.
Wow. So were you like a, what do they call it, like a consultant, or is that what they
A
call it?
beauty, yeah, you're like a beauty consultant.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe within like a year and a half of doing that, then they gave me a promotion to be the counter manager for
Oh,
Dior. And
nice.
I was there up until last year, July. I finally just let that go and I quit.
Yeah. And we'll get into that. But so how long were you at Dior exactly?
Exactly 7 years.
Wow.
Yes.
And how was
And
that experience for you working there throughout those 7 years?
so I honestly I was thinking it was just gonna be something short term until like I figure out what I wanted to do
Mm-hmm.
after, in the accounting field. But I mean, I feel like, I was meant to be there as that long for whatever purpose and stuff. I did learn a lot.
Yeah,
But it was actually working for Dior was amazing, but working for Nordstrom is like a whole different a whole
true.
different, scenario, which yeah, I
So
Nordstrom
essentially,
is
essentially you were kind of working more for uh Nordstrom
well,
than
it's basically like Nordstrom is like they're, my boss is Nordstrom. Well, the department manager is my boss from Nordstrom, but I also have a boss for Dior. So it's almost like you have two bosses and you have to
Mhm.
follow two different, you know, things, the Nordstrom side and then the Dior side.
Yeah. But I'm sure like within the 7 years you got to learn like you gained a lot of experience like applying
Oh
makeup
my
probably
gosh.
and
I feel like if I was in accounting, like I wouldn't have learned the majority of the things that I've learned that helped me grow as a person of, like being at Nordstrom. Like it really did change me and help me grow as a person. Like, as a leader, as a manager, like learning about people. It's so different compared to being like, you know, me in an old office and it's just
yeah.
me and it's like some people love corporate and like that's their thing and that's like great. But like for me, like that's not me. Like I love meeting people and like talking to people. Like I love being outside.
Yeah. No, yeah, I totally understand. Now, you said that once, you just recently, well, when was it again that you said you left?
Last year in
Last year.
July.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what made you then take the leap from that to where you are now, which
So like I wanted to leave Nordstrom like close to like 4 years,
mhm,
but I was always like, I knew I've always been an entrepreneur because I like my whole family from my dad's side is they're all entrepreneurs. So it's like, and I've been around friends and people that are entrepreneurs, but
mhm,
so it's like it's in me, but it's just one of those feelings you're like you
it's
know what you
scary.
need to do and what you want to do, but it's like it's scary because it's just like the unknown. And it's so true what they say, like if you follow what you love doing, like everything else will come, like the money and just everything that you want, like in time you'll get it. But it's just, yeah, it was scary, like oh my god, every 2 weeks you know exactly how much you're going to make.
Yeah.
And and being on your own, it's every week is different, every month is different. So
Right. That security was
yeah, and I just
probably,
couldn't.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So, and literally, have you heard of anniversary sale from Nordstrom?
Um,
They have it every year, like
yeah.
July, where it's
Yeah.
like kind of like it's like huge sales and it's like all new inventory for like fall and whatnot.
Hmm.
So I literally like towards June, I want to say, I was like, if I stay and do another anniversary sale, I swear I'm either gonna like pull my hair out or I'm gonna like snap really bad on a client. Like
Hmm.
just the thought of like I can't do another one. Like I'm so over this shit.
Yeah.
Um yeah, and then I just like I couldn't. And I would like joke around with like my some of my, colleagues there. And they're like, "Yeah, you're not gonna leave." And I'm like, "No, I am. I really am." And I literally
You're like,
I
watch
did it.
me.
Yes, and I was like, I have to, like, I got this, like, and during that time too, I was doing a little bit of like Poshmark stuff, like selling on Poshmark. So it's like, I had ways of like, I
Making
knew I was
little
going to be
income
good
here
with
and
money. It
there.
was just like not knowing. Yes, but it's
Yeah.
like it needs to end.
Now, so when you started on like your own business, did you kind of already have like something in mind before you left, or like was it like did you take like a break and weren't working at all and just kind of were like focused on like what am I gonna do? Like how was that?
So I had some money saved too,
Hmm.
and I was just gonna focus on like um reselling on Poshmark because I got really good at it. Um, And to be honest, there was a point where I was just so over doing makeup at Nordstrom, because obviously you're selling cosmetics and skincare, but you also have to do makeup, appointments. So I got to the point where I was just like, I cannot do another face again.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of like decided I don't want to do makeup anymore. I was just so over it, because it takes the fun away from you. At the end of the day, you're selling, you have to sell.
Yeah.
So I remember I was deep in my makeup kit, and I'm like, I'm just gonna get rid of all this stuff because I'm not gonna use it. And then shortly after, one of my friends was like, hey, are you available to go do a client for me, because I can't? And I was just like, yeah. I'm like, well, I guess I have to like put my makeup kit together again.
Mm-hmm.
So then I went to do the client, and I was just like, oh my God, like, Hilda, this is so much fun, because you're actually earning money doing makeup on somebody versus selling makeup,
Yeah.
so that's where it kind of like clicked. And I was like, maybe that was God's way of saying, like, this is what you should be doing. I think it
Mm-hmm.
was like meant. And then, yeah, then that's when I started getting into doing makeup now for clients for whatever event they have going on and weddings and stuff.
So you've been doing this for like a year now, I guess you can say.
Yes, like officially as me, yes, a year. Ever since I quit.
Yeah. And so far, what has been like the biggest challenge in like just from, this whole year?
I don't, I feel like there's not really a challenge that I've really feel like is a challenge for me. It's just, it's just one of those two where, I mean, this whole year has been like so, so, so busy, because obviously everybody's scheduling their weddings because of COVID and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it's just been such like a positive, overbooked year. But I feel like I don't really have a challenge
Oh, I mean, that's awesome, but
experience.
yeah, I was just totally
Yeah.
curious as to like, was it like putting your kit together and not having, money, or has it been like trying to get people, clients, but like sounds like everything has been flowing really well for you,
I
which is
feel
awesome.
like, yeah, I feel like it's just, yeah, I honestly wasn't expecting it to be like it's just been happening so fast. And it's just like, after the winter, it's just been like insane, like just so insane. Like, I only went to Florida for 4 days in August as like my little birthday trip, because I
Mm-hmm.
had to be back to do a wedding on a Saturday.
Oh.
And originally I wanted to be in Mexico, but I'm like, what if, they cancel the flight? Because, remember how they were like canceling flights because there's like
Mm-hmm.
no pilots and like overbooked flights and
Yeah.
stuff. So yeah, it's like, I really didn't, I mean, I'm not complaining. I really didn't have like a summer. um, but yeah, it's just happening. Like, it's just crazy.
And you mentioned which is something that I was going to ask as well about, how has it been with, with us trying to recover from the pandemic, and
Uh-huh.
things, like I know you do mostly bridal. Is that what you do?
My focus, yes, I want to focus on doing bridal,
Yeah.
but I do still take on clients that are going to weddings, or they have like a quince to go to, or people that are baptizing, or just in general they're going to dinner and they want their makeup done.
Yeah. And that's awesome that, you're getting really booked because people are now, post COVID pandemic,
Yeah,
people are starting to try to, get their,
their dates, but
yeah,
yeah.
booked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so how do you see like as far as like social media and going on social media as part of, I'm sure is a big aspect to how do you get your clients and stuff? Like how does that work for you? Or how has that been working for you with like all the algorithm stuff and
So once I realized that I'm gonna be doing makeup, after I did that one client, I was like, oh my gosh, now I definitely have to, put yourself out there. So I had to create a separate Instagram page. And yeah, I mean, I feel like every day, it's like it could be a little overwhelming, because there's just so many like social medias pages
Mm-hmm.
to focus on, but I just try to, share on my Facebook or just on Instagram. And yeah, I feel like it's overwhelming for sure. But I've been pretty good at like, being consistent and posting and whatnot. And I feel like it's really important, like when you meet a client, that you give them like a good experience, and because it's like that's what also helps you get like your potential next client. Because a lot of things nowadays is just word of mouth and social media.
Yeah. And that was something that I wanted to mention too is I love how, because I do follow your Instagram, and I love
Uh-huh.
how you post like not only their like your pictures like as a portfolio type of thing, but
Uh-huh.
like also you post the people like on a more personal level with their pictures and everything. I think that's really awesome.
Yes, I feel like, and it's crazy because I'm more active on my makeup page than like my personal
Yeah.
Instagram page. I feel like I am so overwhelmed. I don't know why. It's like it's just kind of like that page just, I don't know, it just makes me feel uncomfortable. I guess like my personal page, I don't know why. And like I
I get
barely
it. I get it, girl. Yeah.
like, and it shouldn't be like that because it's like you have, like, you're so like, I applaud you for this because you have that mentality, like, I don't give a f, like, this is, I'm all about my fitness and my, like, you express yourself, like, your whole story.
Yeah.
And it's like I need to, like, be a little bit on, I'm still learning to like have that I don't give a f,
Yeah.
mentality.
And it's definitely
And you're
hard. So,
so good.
yeah.
Like, I feel like starting like a separate new personal page, like, I don't know why, but then it's like, Hilda, like, you have a great following on your personal page, like you can post anything and everything.
You can always start
I
fresh
don't
and new
know.
whenever you want to. And
Yes.
follow new people or unfollow people
Yeah.
or delete
Yes.
pictures or start posting. And yeah, girl, like just do
Yes.
it.
And I just feel so comfortable just doing my own little, being on my own makeup page.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah, no,
It
I
sounds
get it.
ridiculous, but
Mm-hmm.
it's social media in general. Like nowadays, it's just too much.
It is.
A
I can
lot
totally
going
relate.
on.
Yeah. Now, so tell me more about like I know you named it Bronze Me
Hmm.
Up Girl, right?
Yes.
Okay, and
So,
how did you
hmm
come up with that?
so in February during winter, I came across on YouTube like girls that have their spray tanning business, and I love being like tan. Back
Hmm.
in high school or after high school, I used to be addicted to like spray tanning or tanning beds and laying out in the sun and using oils to like tan on vacation. And then I was like, oh my God, like, people get spray tans now. It's like such a thing. And I realized that you could, like, you could make money off of spray tans. And I took two spray tan classes from two celebrity spray tan artists,
Oh
and one of
wow.
them, he's like the one's in Florida and one's in California. So I started, yeah, spray tanning. It was a little nerve wracking at first. It's like learning something new. It's like blending eyeshadow. It's like, oh my God, So it's like spray tanning on clients was, after you do it after a while, like it became like easier. But I needed to like incorporate like spray tanning to my name because I'm like, I
Yeah.
can't always be makeup by Hilda, like, because I also do spray tan. So it took me forever, months and months, to figure out what to rename myself. And yeah, and I would have clients like, girl, I just want to look bronze, or just bronze me up, girl, and when I would do clients for their makeup and when I'm like spray tanning. So I
Yeah.
just started thinking over and over like what to call it, and then it finally clicked to me like what girls tell me, and I'm like, that's it, bronze
No,
me
I
up,
love
girl.
it. Actually, I think it's yeah, I think it's cool. It's catchy.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm like, oh my God, like, for a minute I was like, does this sound kind of like, like weird, but then I'm like, no, like I love it. That's what I want to call it.
No, yeah, it totally fits. I think it fits really, really well. So I
Thank
think you did a
you.
really good job. Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Now, what kind of goals do you have, I guess coming up for like the future for yourself and your
Uh,
business and everything?
um, girl, I feel like I have so many things I have yet to like accomplish. Oh my God, girl, there's so many things.
I guess
I
like
feel
are you
like,
working on anything specific, at this point? Or are you just kind of like
well, like,
grinding, you know?
yeah, like I feel like I I want like I want to get like a new car, like mine got totaled. Like I had bought a car a year and a half ago and it got totaled and I only had it
Mhm.
for 4 months. And
Oh no.
like I luckily didn't get rid of my car. So I'm like, I want to like buy, a car that I really, really like. I, just want to be like financially free. Like, I want to be able to like give back to like my parents more, like to like a whole different, level. Um, I want to like give back or just help out people like in this world that are like, like more on the poor side and stuff. Like I feel
Hmm.
like I don't do it as much because obviously like financially, but like I want to be able to like help out people more. Um yeah, just like just leveling up in life. I feel like we all, should continue to get better and do more in life. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like sometimes I'm like I feel like I have so many like big things in my head and I'm like, and it's okay for other people to like be content with what they have, but it's like me, like I always want more and more and more. Like I need
Yeah.
to stop thinking about like the future and just focus on like now
No, definitely enjoy the now.
and like
Yeah.
tomorrow, because then it's just like it's just yeah, like you want to get everything done like tomorrow and it's like you can't. It's like everything steps.
Yeah, for sure. So, is there any kind of advice that you would give to even like yourself when she was, into 4 years of working at Dior or even before, like when you were working at your other, in the business, like is there any kind of advice that you would give somebody to where you are now?
I feel like anybody that wants to like get into like makeup or yeah, in general, like makeup, I feel like it doesn't hurt to like get into like a makeup retail job just to get your foot in the door.
Hmm.
Um, but I feel like you should just use it for like a short term and then like really use your skills to like do it for your own self and like your own like potentially your own business, because I feel like a lot of people nowadays they have passions and they have so many talents but they don't use them, and it's like you could leverage off of your own talent and like make so much more money by doing something that you love versus like not doing it. And I feel like everybody should just take
Yeah.
a chance on themselves and go after what they really like to do
Yeah.
because everything else will just follow through.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like it's like in the meantime, you got to do what you got to do. But really, life is so short. Like anybody that wants to get their foot in the door to start doing makeup, I think it's not a bad idea to go work at a makeup counter at a retail store just to
Hmm.
gain the experience and learn and whatnot. But then eventually, use those talents and skills what you learn to like do it for yourself, because I feel like the beauty industry is so big that there is clients for everyone.
Yeah, for sure. Now, kind of going, I mean, staying stuck on this, but like, did you ever see yourself doing what you're doing now, like working with makeup or just anything related to what you're doing, like ever
No,
as a kid or anywhere, anytime?
no, never, girl. Like I actually I forgot to mention when I started working at Nordstrom, I used to have a passion for personal styling. So I used to do that a little bit on the side.
Hmm.
Originally, I was going to like create a website and like, so I can gain clients to help them with their wardrobe and like shop for their wardrobe and like organize their closets and all that stuff. So I used to do that a little bit, and that's what I thought I was going to be doing, and that was what I was going to leave Nordstrom to actually pursue eventually. Um,
Oh,
yeah, I mean,
wow.
I love fashion and stuff, but I used to. One time I went to um, what's her name? Oh my god, it's been so long. This girl from Univision. I went to her house and I went through her closet to like pick out her work outfits.
Oh,
Oh, it was
nice.
Angelica what is it? Atondo. Yes, Angelica Atondo.
Is that like the older lady or
I feel like she's a little bit older than us, but she doesn't work for them anymore. Um, yeah, she was like the news anchor for a while,
okay.
and I forgot
I don't yeah.
yeah, I don't know who connected us, but yeah, I went to her house and I went through, cleaning out her closet, what she needs to throw away and get rid of, and what pieces she could still keep, and then, organized her stuff and picked out her work outfits for that week and stuff. So that was so much fun.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that sounds awesome.
originally I was gonna do that. I mean, I still love fashion. I mean, maybe in the future I could,
Come
get
up with
into that,
something. Yeah.
but
Now
I
do
thought that
how
was what I was gonna do.
yeah. Now, tell me more about your process of like, your being I guess you could say like a freelance makeup artist, and how does that like, do you mainly just work on weekends now, and do you get like early calls? Like, how does that look for you?
I feel like the summer was super super crazy. So like during the week, I would have either like spray tan client and or a makeup client to go either do a trial for their wedding day or makeup for a photo shoot or whatever they have going on. Week like a little quieter side, but the weekend it's like yes, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like I was doing a wedding or something. But now that it's like fall, like I still have weddings to do through like, mid-November and like one in December. But other than that, like obviously it's gonna like wind down.
Yeah.
So
So you've been booked pretty far out then, like ahead of time?
yeah, for the most part. And there's like always like last minute stuff. And then I do, I do partner with other people. So it's like, typically when you do a wedding, it's usually like two makeup artists. So it's like,
Oh,
me and
okay, that's
somebody
cool.
else. So it's like, somebody else will reach out to me like, hey, can you, help me do this wedding and stuff. So I have really good partnerships.
Oh, that's awesome.
But
Now
yeah,
tell
it's part, it's busier
yeah.
just like on weekends during the summer for the most
Yeah,
part.
that's what I figured. Now,
Mhm.
what kind of makeup do you have like in your kit? Like what brands do you typically use?
Uh, I I have a little of everything, like Dior. I have some MAC, Charlotte Tilbury. Um, I do have a little bit of drugstore, like NYX, NYX, however you want to call it.
Hmm.
Um, it's like a little of everything.
Now
Yeah,
tell me something about you that like not very many people know about, and it doesn't have to be related to, makeup at all if you don't want it to be, but
something that, oh my God, that's such a good question. Oh my God, that they don't know about me. I guess, um, I mean, I'm a very, like, when you meet me and I've never met you, like, I mean, I've met you, but I'm saying, like, in general, somebody else, like, one, I'm so easy to, like, talk to people, but I'm like an introvert, but I'm
hmm.
also an extrovert. Um, but it's like, you will look at me and like, oh my gosh, like, you must be like this all the time, but I'm actually, like, still a pretty shy person.
Yeah.
Um, but I come across like that I'm not, but I really am like,
Yeah.
um, I don't know what else. I mean, that's a really good question. I feel like there's probably a lot of things, but like I don't know.
Yeah. No, and I get it. There's probably a whole bunch of them, but I was just,
I mean, this is a good one. Actually, this is a good one. Like,
okay.
obviously, social media, we all look the part. Like, oh, you are always full glam, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like always put together. But within the last couple years, like, well, actually, right now, I'm literally in a oversized hoodie, sweatpants. I'm wearing my eyeglasses. My hair is kind of messy, but
Mm-hmm.
like most of the time, this is how I am.
Yeah.
And my
And
sister or something's like, oh my God, like if only people could see you like this. And I'm like, this is really, I love just being,
chill vibes.
like no makeup on and just chilling.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I'm going to have to keep thinking about
Keep
it. Like,
keep
I mean, of course, there's things that like I would probably share, but I'm not because it's like, oh no, like, it's just, like,
yeah,
I
you're
guess I'm not
fine.
as open. Like, that's one thing about you. Like, I like so amazing. Like you are such an open book. Like you like literally have shared your like life story, and I know it helps and it will continue to help other people. But I guess I'm not at that point where I have that I don't give a fuck attitude. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah. So that's amazing.
Yeah, thank you. It
But
takes
yeah,
practice. I know for me it has, so it's not
but this
easy.
is like I feel like that's your purpose. Your
Yeah.
purpose, like,
It yeah, it
to
definitely does
share
feel like it. Yes.
like you're kind of like not a therapist, but I don't even know what to call, like a public speaker. Like you're a speaker,
Yeah.
like with your background calling. I don't know what to call it because people
Yeah.
that people. I know there's like a title, like a specific title for that, but I just can't think of it.
Yeah,
Like
me either.
you're that type that like I know you would be a perfect person to be like a speaker out of other speakers in that category to talk about it at like
Mm.
at conferences or something. You know what I'm
I know
saying?
it,
But I don't know
yeah.
what that's called.
It's so funny too that you say that because that's kind of like something I would love to do like in the future.
Yes. And like
Yeah.
look at like you have your little podcast going on, like this all relates to it.
Yeah, for sure. And it just growing into that as well and seeing where it goes and
Yes.
stuff like that. Yeah, kind of like you.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
you have to keep doing it because that's for sure your like calling.
Yeah, thank you. Do
Because I
you
know it feels like this is what you're supposed to do, right?
Yeah, it definitely does. So,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, I appreciate
Yes.
that.
Of
Now, do you have
course.
like a website or what's the best way for people to contact you?
So I'm in the works of eventually probably doing some type of website, but I'm mainly always active on Instagram.
Hmm.
So it's bronze me up girl. That's my actual username.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'm very active on Instagram, and then I have my email on my bio too, which is bronzemeupgirl@gmail.com.
Okay. And I'll make sure to have that information in the description box so,
Fabulous.
people can contact you and yeah, you're welcome. All right, girl. Well, thank you so much for joining me on today's episode and I really, enjoyed just talking to you about everything and before we close off, is there anything that you want to like add to share with, others and
Well, I hope everything that I answered, hopefully everybody understands what I was trying to communicate. Yeah, I hope it just all makes sense what I'm communicating. But
I think
other
it
than
did.
that,
Yeah.
I mean, I think it just relates to like life and like you and everyone, like, we just everybody needs to go after what they love doing and obviously don't quit your job to have a plan in mind before you actually follow through with your dream, but literally timing will tell. And I just want everyone to be happy. Like life is so short. Like I just want everyone to go after what they love to do.
Yeah.
And yeah, like life is too short. Like it's just that's all I keep thinking about. Like life is too short. Like do
Yeah.
something that makes you happy. And if you don't have friends or the right people around you. Like, find somebody new. And sometimes you might not have nobody that will support you or cheer you on. So you could always go, you know, on social media and find somebody that, is doing what you want to do and just kind of,
Or supports
you
you.
know,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Because I mean, I've been through that where I feel like none of most of my old friends weren't really like supportive, but
Hmm.
I've been during a time period where I was just like by myself, and that was tough. But I feel like everybody just, you know, just work on yourself and, watch positive things on, YouTube and stuff, and just focus on what you want, what your passion is and stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, hopefully that made sense.
Yeah. No, it totally did. And I thank you so much for sharing that with us.
And thank you for having me on here. I'm
No,
like, I
thank
was, when you messaged me, I was like, oh my God. I was like so happy. I was like, oh my gosh, it literally, like, you thought about me. Like,
Yeah, of course. I've thought
like,
about you. Yeah.
it's just, thank you so much. It really means a lot.
Yeah, no, thank you for, for joining. So I appreciate it.
And it's always the people that you least expect
Yeah,
that,
that come
will
through.
think
That show
highly
up.
of you,
Yeah.
you know? So thank you so much.
Yeah,
I
you're
appreciate
welcome. And
it. And we
again,
shall have to like meet up
yeah,
sometime
yes, I
and
agree.
have lunch or something, or dinner or whatever,
Yes,
with our
totally
new
agree.
mindsets.
Yeah, I love it. And I really, I feel like I can learn a lot from you, and you're really inspiring, and
Thank you.
you're
Same
doing
with you,
great. So
girl.
yeah,
You have
thank you.
traits that I am like, I need to be like that.
Hey, well, let's inspire each other then.
Yes, that's exactly what people need to
Hmm.
do.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. I'll see you soon,
Bye.
hopefully.
Hmm.
Okay, bye, girl.
Bye.
Bye.